this matter with discretion.
Good that we do have our heavy, because we will certainly need him in Portrent. Yeah, I guess that's just the team. It's obvious that we need to take them. Ramox, I'm usually not overdoing the customization, but since we don't lose the characters, obviously, so that's the reason why we can customize, I guess. Okay, so that's a fully scripted mission, so we can advance here without like being threatened to do something stupid. And I'll, even if you guys probably, for those who have heard it, have seen exactly that mission like once in a while, I still go through all of the steps one by one. The mission itself means we are now fighting against 16 thin men and one sectoid. So that sounds a lot, but our advantage is that we will know every single one of them and where exactly they are. Still, it needs to be perfectly executed, elsewise you will be in trouble. So number one, there are two pods of two thin men right in front of this house. Situation is, number one is up here, and we are going to take care about these thin men just with a nice rocket. Hopefully this shot will not miss.
Ready for the fireworks?
There we go. So that was like a very important step towards victory. It's just Overwatch. We're not on a timer here. Right, so the second pack is down here. Actually, right here and here, these two fields, and we want to engage them also properly. This ladder here prevents you from going into any of these fields, so you just want to go here for the time being. Get yourself into position, and then we'll trigger them next round. I'm personally a fan of triggering them from beneath, because they will then run into cover here behind the car and here behind these boxes. But if you find out a better way, by all means, please just go ahead. So there they are, the two. They now run to the left-hand side, as I promised. One behind the car, one behind the crates. And what you want to do is you want to go here and get rid of the cover first, and afterwards, optimally, you want to punish them. Right. So let's get rid of the cover. Step number one. Step number two, we want to get rid of them specifically, so that's a 100 and a 75% shot. I'm personally not so much a fan of 75% shots, so what I'm trying to do is I'll take my chances in killing this guy here. So this here is out of their poison area, so we are going to go here, and with his aim he should be at 100%. Afterwards we're just going to obliterate the other one. Right, so that's 100%. You want to be mindful of your consumables, in this case the explosives that you do have. That's up to 5 damage, but I don't want to take any risks here, so 100, 100, just kill him. Good. Next up, we wait for our cooldowns. So Let's just end the turn. Next one we're going to reload, and then most of the cooldowns should be ready again. Good. So there are 2 more packs of two thin men on this map, and we are going to get rid of both of them. I can already promise you that.
Good copy. Moving on target.
And to put the squad side sniper there. Our heavy is going to play an important role upstairs, just like our assault, and our mech is going to go downstairs. We still do not have our jump pads, so for the time being this is going to be our ground unit.
Those bodies don't look like they've been hit by
That's the first encountering of Exalt.
men were killed by conventional.
As always, Exalt do what they do best here, which is, I guess, dying and laying on the ground needlessly.
Affirmative.
So this position here is where we want to get the heavy. That's important.
Heading to that
It
location.
should be good to go here. Let's just take him here. Shouldn't trigger as well. Good. So all of the things are okay here. Let's just end the turn for the time being. And now we want to trigger them properly. And by properly I mean we are going to trigger them by moving here. But let's not move too far to the left hand side. I have very bad experiences with this. Well, that triggered them as well. Didn't want to trigger them this round, but well, shit happens. So now we need to adapt a little bit. Usually what I do want to do is use the grenade in order to blow them away. But as I said, we certainly can adapt, so that's not going to be too much of a hassle. Don't want to use the shredder rocket as of now. We could get rid of the cover. The other one is behind here. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to play it. Nah, I guess it'll need to be the shredder rocket.
Ready for the fireworks?
Good, so that removes the cover. Anyways, that could have easily been done with a grenade. And now let's just clean up. Lots of 100% shots.
I'm watching.
Good. So there's one more pod left, which we now need to trigger, which is on the right hand side. Again, I want to use my squad side sniper as efficient as possible. Same goes for my mech here. That'll block line of sight completely. So I'll just move it in. It will not trigger. I'll just move to that door. For the time being, the other two guys are here on top of the roof. Alright, so that shouldn't trigger. And that doesn't trigger either. The two guys are still on top of the roof.
Location confirmed.
They are just right behind here, so you need to be a little bit careful and mind the cover. So usually this position here triggers, this position here shouldn't trigger. So I'd move here in the hopes of not triggering. And this position up here triggers as well. I'm not sure, one of the two positions triggered. I guess this was the one that triggered and this was the one that didn't trigger.
Affirmative.
Yeah, I was right. Okay. Good. So all of them are in position now. And now we are going to trigger for real. I'll move here, which should motivate them to go into this little hole.
Life signs in the area, Commander. Objective updated.
Good. Just what I wanted. That's a 100% shot with a decent crit chance. Okay. I guess fair enough. So that's a solid kill as well.
Moving to position.
Let's try to hit this guy. Okay, 5 points of damage, that's good. So...
I'm on the move.
I guess what we can do right now is even finish them up with up to 2 damage.
Scorch the earth.
I would have my backup plan with a frag grenade or run and gun down and kill him. So that's like, that was plan B. Good, so we are in position. Let's already consider how we want to position ourselves with regards to the next spawns. I want to get the sniper down here.
Moving.
And start to reload.
Ready to engage.
Okay. This guy here is going to take care of the guy on top. This here will be our guy who's triggering.
Moving out.
And he's just going to reload.
Reloading weapons.
Back in.
So I could now hit Overwatch or end of turn as often as I want, as long as we don't approach him.
If we can bring them in,
There is nothing happening here.
maybe we can figure out what happened here.
So optimally, as always, we want to get our guys into position. We want to make sure that they are
Moving out.
well prepared for the thin man. And next up will be a drop of 2 thin men. So I can already spoiler that. Want to go here and one more time. That's usually the positioning that I like to take, because the sniper is in a position, so the sniper here is in a position to take this spawn and the guy which is spawning here on the truck, both at once. So I'm going to activate him. I'm then going to take run and gun, because I still want to take a reaction shot. Go up here.
He was one of the aggressors. We need to bring him in, whether he likes it or not. New objective received.
Let's Overwatch, let's Overwatch, let's just hunker down. This guy is also overwatching, and this guy is overwatching as well. Now there will be 2 thin men now, which we probably, at least one of them will die immediately. I guess this guy here has no chance, and there is a good chance of him dying as well.
Taken care of.
Except if our mech is just refusing to hit. That's of course also an option. Wow, he obliterated him.
On reserve. Enemy destroyed.
Good, so that was the first quote-unquote wave. We now want to move up and just start preparing for the next wave. So next up there will be a spawn here.
Position confirmed.
And this heavy, because I don't need him there, because it's a very easy spawn, will already prepare himself for the spawn after that spawn.
Back online.
Good to go. Side took hit.
Good. Here we go, this guy is still keeping his head down. So we will stay on Overwatch now, also all of them. If you go up to this point, that will just trigger the first spawn.
Heads up out there. We've got hostiles on the move.
So here we go. Here's the spawn. He'll just get obliterated. I like the minigun. The sound is just so crunchy.
Reload complete.
Locked and loaded.
Good. So we'll prepare for the next drop. So the disadvantage here is usually I would take both of them on top of the roof, but obviously like he can't be on top of the roof, I guess, because he doesn't have the upgrades.
Roger that.
Alright, so just decided these two guys will take care about the one roof. And this sniper here will need to help out on both of the rooftops.
Moving to designated position.
But with squad side that should be okay. So a little bit of a switch redo here now. Right, okay, so let's get the guys up here.
Roger, Dodger.
He's still... We don't want to move the VIP because he's the one triggering all of these pesky aliens.
Moving out.
The next one will be a three-man drop. This will be one thin man here, and like a thin man in the sector on this rooftop. So the thin man is spawning here, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes, Commander.
if we take both of the guys to here, that'll be okay. He's spawning either here or here, so they'll just wreck him. And there's a sector who's spawning here, which I'm not so terribly afraid about.
Roger that. Scan.
Overwatch.
See how I feel, Commander.
So all of them are in position.
This is a waste of time.
Let's shortly advance.
Strike one. We've got
There is
hostile contacts moving on your
the next hostile contact. There's the sector. There's the thin man.
Upsy.
There's the other thin man.
What's the target?
I like it how the camera can't decide where exactly to go because everyone's taking Overwatch shots. Okay, so that thin man is just toast. I want to give the assault also a kill. So, and that was, in my opinion, the hardest part of the whole map. Afterwards, everything else is more or less going to be easy. We had enough firepower and the positioning was good enough. So, from here on, I'm not saying it's a walk in the park, but I think we're over the hill. Good, these guys will just stay here. If they don't move, the poison can't hit them.
Advancing.
Let's reload here. It's an Overwatch, reload. And the other guys will spawn down here. So I guess it's okay to just put him straight into the middle.
Back in.
I'll just increase his aiming odds. Okay, so and from this round onwards we'll just go onto full Overwatch and start advancing slowly. Don't want to advance just all too much. But as long as you're doing it 3 to 4 tiles a piece, there will be only one spawn. Okay, so that thin man was decimated before it even started.
Let's do this.
Reload complete.
After reloading, we'll just go onto Overwatch and again just advance a little bit.
Hostiles are inbound, Commander.
Next one's here, right next to our guy. Alright, this time even two spawned, but that shouldn't be a problem either. Like, this guy's immediately dead.
Debris in optic system detected.
So he has Overwatch, which usually would scare me, but reality is, with lightning reflexes, we are totally fine here.
Roger that.
Overwatch.
Got it covered.
And I guess we are through, because I think that was the last of them. So, it was a hard map, but if you know what you're doing, you should be fine. Alright.
Our troops really came through on this one. I'm glad everyone made it back safely.
A lot of thin men corpses, 150, an engineer, a scientist, really an all-around appropriate and worthwhile mission. So instead of going for more energy, I already said that I wanted to go for the officer training school and also try to go for some of the updates, upgrades rather. So that'll be our next move. That'll be our next move. Very shortly, AFK. Good, so I guess one more mission. Let's go, guys.
Commander, we've got another.
There's a medium UFO.